Hello everyone, let's try that again. I hadn't unmuted everything. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. So, what I was saying is the second game we're going to play today is called The Button Effect. And this really reminded me from the trailer in the Thinky Direct of a game called Interactivity and Interactive Experience, which was an experimental game by my friend Nick Bell, who made Temple of Sneck, which is something that we've played a long time back here on the stream. It's sort of like a rhythm-based Snake open world adventure thing. It's very interesting, it's very tricky in places, but a really cool experimentation. And the reason this reminded me of Interactivity and Interactive Experience, it's one of those games where you're sort of in a mysterious museum environment and you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. The Steam page says it was inspired by things like Antechamber and The Witness, and it feels like that. I've seen maybe the first 4 or 5 minutes of this, but I kind of turned off the stream that Joe Plays Puzzle Games was doing because I wanted to play it for myself and discover what was going on with this. The only thing I'll say is I think it needs a little bit of optimization because it's an Unreal 5 game as far as I can tell. I've gone in and turned down, this is what I was showing earlier, I've turned down the illumination because it was making my 370 absolutely scream when not really doing anything. So I think maybe a little bit of optimization would help because it feels like it's potentially a little bit over the top on the requirements because yay, Unreal 5. Anyway, all that being said, we'll jump into this in a second. I've just seen in the chat, Trifolium, it might be a bit too soccer banny for me. Oh, soccer banny better giraffe. Interesting. Well, I might do a few more demos next weekend because I want to get through some of the other interesting games. I was going to stream a demo for Cypher Zero, but I played that off stream and sort of burned through it very quickly in about 10-15 minutes, so it wouldn't really fit on stream. Interesting vibe, but I wanted it to be a little more, shall we say. Anyway, let's get going with this game. I take a victory sip of my rum for solving the other puzzles. Oh, hang on. There was a little tutorial when I was like a little intro while I was testing this. So let's just, there we go. Start from the little intro area.
Dear visitant, the originator of our museum, who shall remain anonymous, invites you to observe its private spatial exhibition, The Button Effect, Pressing Matters.
That's early for a pun.
Exhibits on display without the use of words conveys an idea. Apparatuses, apertures, art. Your curiosity and wit will prove useful in its interpretation. Place your trust in the architecture. The interconnected rooms were designed to provide ample space and time to solve its mysteries. Stray at ease, and you will never truly be lost.
I like how the butterfly and everything is button themed. Well, this feels like it's going to be quite artsy. Interesting. Oh. Maybe that wasn't a butterfly. Maybe that was a moth and we've just flown into the light. I am going to assume that was a sneaky cut they've done there to actually load the game. Oh, okay, so we're in. Oh, there we go. That's the hole we flew through. Interesting. So, okay. So we're in sort of a museum-y environment. We've got shiny PBR, physically based rendered floors. Water that looks very artificial, and suspicious things on all the hills around us. And buttons. So we can walk around. Ones like that are obviously covered and not usable. Oh, got little slits and things we can see through. Okay, and mysterious force fields, cool. Also red and green buttons. I hope I'm not going to have to do my usual accessibility rant. But before I do that, we'll see if I actually need to. Okay, so we've got one button here that we can obviously press with a line across the top. Interesting. That unlocked the buttons to the left and right of it. Okay, so what happens if I press this button? Yeah, do you see that button in the distance lights up? That is in line with that line on top of the button. Okay. Looks like we're going to be dealing with some spatial puzzles straight out the gate. That's interesting. So then if I understand, this line is going to unlock this button. Or pressing this button will unlock this button because of this line. Yeah. Okay. And that red button over there is lined up as well. So if we press that... Interesting. Wait, are you saying I can press that button from here? That feels like maybe that needs a distance on that raycast. I'm not sure I should be able to press buttons from that far away. That's a very simple thing. Okay, red buttons don't have a symbol on top of them, so for now at least I'm going to stay in my hand with my accessibility rant. So what happens if I press that one? Yeah, that unlocks that same button. Okay. Oh! Well, that just makes it go down again. Oh, so does that mean if I press that button... Well, that button... that button... Yes, okay. So if I press this button with a line, does it activate all buttons in that line? Yes, because it activated that one, it activated that one, and it unlocked the one over here. Well, there's interesting. Okay, so that one over there had another line pointing this direction, which will then hopefully unlock that button cap. Does, okay. Oh yes, this is going to be very spatial then, isn't it? We'll just boot that one from over here. Okay. Oh. Oh! Well, that's fun. Different noises for the different directions it's rotating. That's a nice touch. Right, and now we've rotated this. This line is now pointing across to that one over there. Which will unlock that button. Okay. That's weird and interesting.
Test your assumptions and push forward. It is all we've got.
Ah. Is it going to have the slightly pseudo psychology stuff of the witness and antechamber as well? Oh, okay, so that's now got out of the way of these buttons. So that unlocked these ones. This wall's in the way, so if I press this button... Well, that's a nice touch. The wall's wibbling to tell me that's the problem. So I close that wall, press that button, close that wall, I press that button. Why can't I... Okay, I can crouch, but I can't jump. For that classic, you can probably break everything if you can jump reasoning. Oh, that's a suspicious button. Okay. Okay, so we've unlocked the next room. But I want to unlock this button. I wonder if there's a way we can come back to that and what it does. Because there's obviously some like deeply mysterious stuff going on underneath and some kind of fancy sculptures and stuff like that. Oh yes, classic example of why the game doesn't want you to jump. So you need to solve the puzzles rather than jumping over them. Oh, okay, so I assume this is to teach us that the button directions, the green buttons do activate between rooms. And this is to teach us that level matters. That's why we can't unlock that button over there yet. We do that, then we lower it down, because that wall's in the way. Of interest, does it? Oh, it doesn't shake that wall, but yeah, same idea. We lower that down, so we can shoot that button. Lift it up. We can activate that button. Oh, and that one over there. That's interesting. It must be doing... Sorry, the developer in me is figuring out how this is working. I wonder if it's sending raycasts out from the buttons to see if it hits anything. And then it would have to go through multiple things. Anyway, that's interesting. That's an interesting mechanic. Okay. Oh, hello. Well, that's very anti-chamber. A mysterious scribble on a wall. Oh, hello. That makes me think as well, if we are playing anti-chamber, the classic thing to do is look at it and then back up and hope the world has changed. I don't think it's quite that sort of game, but I guess we'll find out. You're mysterious. Dropping that has also dropped this side. Okay. Oh, I can go around here as well. Oh. What now? That lights up when I get in line with it, and I can press it.
At eye level, we converge. We connect. We continue. Thank you for perceiving me.
No, I don't like that.
At eye level, we converge. We connect. We continue. Thank you for perceiving me.
No, I'm going to stop perceiving you now and go do some puzzles. Right. Okay. So. Interesting. So these are on little rotatey plates, so whenever I press them, they rotate. Oh, and there's little angles between the walls. So if I do that and that again... Interesting, okay. So it's sort of zigzagging up and around. Interesting to notice they always move in 45-degree increments. So that will do that. Okay, what happens if I press the red version? They're all moving in 45-degree increments as well. But eventually, if you do it enough, they all line up. Well, they're not all moving in 45-degree increments, they're moving different ones. Anyway, so that then lines up for a straight line all the way through here, which then means if we line this one up, we can activate the button further along. Okay. How the hell? Oh, that button looks like it moves up and down. Yeah. Interesting. And then pressing that will then unlock this button at this level. Oh no, it won't, because I need to lift that wall back up out the way. Well, that's interesting. As much as I don't like how much the lighting engine is making my card screen, I do love it when you get like the proper updating light coming through a door. Such a nice effect. Now, what is going on here? Yes, okay. That's lined up with this one. So if I do that... What did you just verschushed? It did that noise from earlier when I was trying to click for a wall. It did that noise. Oh, there is a button in there as well. Okay, let me just check in the controls. Is there a zoom? There is. Right click. Mysterious button in there. 2 mysterious buttons. And a hand. Okay. Hello, Port Ponky. Long time no stream, I guess. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, what I was going to say is we can line this up now and activate that button over there. So it's doing that when it's pointing in that direction. It's activating that. So there must be... Oh, that's a good point. I will change the game name on the stream. There we go. There must be like force fields that stop, because we've seen the kind of range of these lines on the buttons, and my clicking seems to be functionally infinite. So I guess the game needs to put in force fields to stop the kind of power of the buttons from going too far and breaking stuff. Okay, so we've unlocked this little side puzzle, which might get us into that little suspicious room. So what does this do? Okay, so when I click that... Oh, that's clever, because it's on little rails. Moves backwards and forwards. So, we need to move this wall somehow. So is there something else we can... Well, this will be a little talkie button. Is this lined up? No, it's not quite lined up with that button. We can raise that again. Does that do... Oh! That does do something. Oh, ooh. Oh, you sneaky... This is... Okay. When I press that, that moves this wall. So this is a representation of this little area. So if I click that button, that door slides back across, as does this one. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Relax your gaze. See the bigger picture. Your ability to do so, that's the real reward.
I think that's. I think they're talking about Magic Eye pictures from the 90s. Which took me a very long time to learn how to do, and now I was like obsessed with them for a few years. That's some nice art. Oh, floor button.
Buttons. Buttons everywhere. Little monuments to your influence on reality. When you interact, the world responds. Your analysis of that response, the effect, illuminates a sliver of truth. All change at any scale is significant.
Hello.
Pressing matters.
Hey, no, where are you going? Come back. What are you doing? Oh, the access button as well. Well, we'll come back to that. Yeah, that is... Yeah, you can definitely see the inspiration from The Witness with some of the kind of psychology, pop philosophy stuff. Also, that sort of discussion about buttons and influence on reality really strongly reminds me of Nick Bell's game. That's all about interactivity and whether a game can truly be interactive or not. Oh! Hello. Is that just a way to get back out if I trap myself? Sensible. That's very suspicious I can click that button from in here. I wonder what would have happened if I closed that door before the button moth came through. So do each of these just release a moth? Interesting. Okay, well let's go click this suspicious side questy thing. Oh. Oh wow, you can really see the lumen lighting at work there when it fades away. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Well, I guess we have to solve some more puzzles before we can see them again. Oh, that's lit up. Okay. Okay. So I think that's a little hint to tell us there's a side collectible moth there. Interesting. Oh, look. I want to click. I want to know how to click this button. It's definitely a way. Okay, let's keep pressing on before I just obsess over that one button. Oh, 8-ball. And it's the little force fieldy thing we saw earlier. Okay. So I guess we need to bring this back up, lower that wall, and press that button. Hey, look, if the game is going to start doing puns from its opening montage, we are not safe from them here either. Okay, so this looks like a little representation again. We've got this wall in the way. So if I press this button... Yeah. You can see it's activating that, so we can't activate this button. However, if we press this one going sideways... That one's empty, so it doesn't activate anything over there, but it does activate this one. So we can sort of take the circuitous route to opening that one. Oh. Huh. Did that just negate? Oh. That's not so much blocking it as it is negating the effect. So when it goes through that, it's acting like an off signal rather than an on signal. Or a closed signal. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so now that lights those up or turns those on. That's going to be interesting, I suspect. Right click to zoom, left click, control to crouch, okay. Demo equals one of these on, so I guess there's two of them. Oh, this is a little... This is a little diorama of the museum, because this is the starting room. I do like it when museums have museums in them. The National Museum Scotland has a little Lego version of the National Museum Scotland inside of it, and it pleases me greatly. Okay, I guess maybe we're supposed to come back here when we've got both of the side moth quest things. So let's keep going. What is that noise? There's a little noise going on from somewhere. As if something's moving when I'm moving. Interesting. Oh wow, there's a lot more down here. Okay. Well, I guess let's get solving. So, let's press this button. What do you do? Oh, you rotate things. Okay. So I can now use this button to turn on that one. But the problem is, that's blocked by a wall. That's blocked by a wall. That's got like a negation field. Oh, but it can flip. Oh, okay. So, we're firing the beam through here. It's going from on to off. And then it's hitting another one and going off to on. So this one will always get deactivated, but this one's being activated again. So similarly, if I shoot it here, that will actually like activate this one. Interesting. So the question then becomes, how do I... So we've got basically kind of like almost a linear checkerboard pattern. On, off, on, off, on, off. And we clearly need to break out of that pattern somehow so we can get these other ones, I strongly suspect. How do we do that? Oh. Well, that's suspicious. Sneaky little hidden button that's not doing anything. Oh, look, there's a gap in the bottom there. So if I press that one, that will turn on that one. That's quite hard to see. But now the difficulty is if I press this one, it will turn that one off and turn that one on. I think it's worth it. This is going to turn into a bit of a lights out puzzle now, isn't it? Oh, that one's pointed a different direction. Rotate that to the top and we press that. What do you turn on? What do you turn on and why do you rotate slightly? Well, that must be what this is about. Showing it's on like an axis. I am not... Well, now I'm not sure what I'm doing. is the honest truth. So let's keep rotating around. Okay, so if we keep going, we can turn on this one again. Is there a way I can turn on this one without turning any of the other ones off? I don't think there is. That probably wasn't the best ideas. These are all in a line. Am I just being silly? I don't have to just do that. Yes, okay. So we've got to the end, so we can now turn this one on. So that's pretty safe. I do want to turn this one on. That one feels really important. Don't know why yet. It feels like we should be turning that on. Oh, this is moving. Oh, okay. So hang on. Does that mean if I angle it and press this? Yeah. Okay.
Hold countless views untold. Hold countless views untold. Hold countless views untold.
So interesting. How do I... Basically, this one isn't quite lined up for this button. Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's keep moving. Because I think it might be that we have to go through this sequence to get that other button. Right, what is going on here? That appears to be 3 layers of negate fields, so that should... Okay. Yeah, on... Sorry, off, on, off, right. Thatcher in the chat is just saying that they missed quite a lot in this demo. Well, I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to see how far I get in this, to be fair. That's interesting. So when you press that once, it moves the ones in the middle. So does that also happen with this? Is it just the one in the middle it moves, or...? Yeah, so what's happening is when you fire it like this, it's going off, on, off, on, off. Deactivate that button. It's also moving that bit, so the next time you do it, it goes off, on, activate that button. That's suspicious that there's that little... Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Does that activate that one? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. There is a lot of spatial nonsense going on with this. But we can move that negation field. But we have to be on that side of it. Oh, that might be a problem. Can I go around here? Starting to see why you can press these buttons from a distance now. You see, that's now activated that, and we can go around here and turn that field back down and or away. Then means because we fired it through 2 negation fields, this is on. Okay. Okay, I think... Yeah, okay, so that's getting us around the corner in there. Okay. Right, what does this do? Ah, lower that, okay. Oh god, that's clever. Now that's pointing upwards. So it can activate that button at the top. Oh my goodness. Okay. If we rotate that around enough, so that should now activate that button. Does that have a line on top? That does have a line on top, so that should activate that. Oh. Okay, so there's negation fields up there. So what happens if I flip that round? Okay, so that activates the buttons along the bottom, but if I flip it like this, it activates the buttons along the top. Do that, and then I rotate this back round. That should activate all those red buttons. Which has done something. It made a noise. I'm not sure what it's done, but it's done something. Why is that doing the noise? Okay, there is a lot of weirdness going on in here. Okay, so it seems to activate off, on. Yeah. Okay. I'm not entirely sure I fully understand the logic, apart from they're the ones in between that are moving, but that's fine. Okay, so the problem here is that's going to not work. So that's there. How do I deal with that negation field being there? So all that does is move up and down. Is it moving? Oh. Is it moving something elsewhere that we can see? So if I lift that, is it moving anything? Let's just have a look around these corners. Okay, so there's a door there that we can clearly want to open. That's where our button moths ended up. All of these are deactivated, so we can't do anything there. There's a suspicious crack in that wall, which means power can definitely be sent along there. There's also blue buttons. We can't do anything here, so we do have to solve the puzzle we're at. I don't see any obvious... I don't see any obvious external factors. Oh, that's very clever. So, this can go all the way through here, but we had to just get this bit on the side out the way. And then it's getting turned off, it's getting turned back on again, it's going through there. It's also activating the one in the distance, so what does this button do then?
Exploring dead ends can lead to invaluable answers. Where am I truly headed?
That's an excellent question, which I do not have the answer to today. Oh, that's clever. Okay, so what does this do? Well, apparently it deactivates things back there because of the negation fields, and because the puzzles are all interconnected and doing nonsense. Which I say, and do not mean as a criticism. There is a little box in there that we need to rotate, I think. Yeah, because we can... where's a white wall? Yeah, we can see through it this way, but not this way. So I think that's blocking... Oh, there's a little crack there which you can shoot through, so I can probably just about push it through there. Rotates it 45, as we learnt earlier. Which is fair, because there's the consistent iconography of when it's in a circle like that, that means it's on a rotating plate. And this is on a rotating plate up here as well. Very nice. Okay, so now if we lift this to the top, that will be going through 2 layers, hopefully, to activate that button. Clever. Oh! Oh yeah, you can see this one's kind of split on hinges. I do like the, what's the word, kind of like affordances and skeuomorphic design of this. Skeuomorphism is probably the wrong term, but the affordances that, you know, it's rotating because it's got hinges. That's nice. It's very nice. Why can't I do this? Oh. Oh yeah, I've broken all this now, haven't I? Can I reset any of this? Yeah. Oh, no, it's broken all of that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay. Yes, and remember, buttons activate other buttons. They press them as well, so that's making that rotate. Hello, Calico Kitties. Thank you for joining. That means we can activate that button. It does break everything, but if we now press that... Oh, okay, so... Well, we've unlocked the side puzzles, so maybe we'll deal with the side puzzles. Because we want that to rotate back there while that wall is down, so we can shoot that through to that room, I suspect. That's why there's that suspicious crack in the wall. But let's try and deal with these side puzzles, see what's going on with these. Let's start with this one over here, because we solved this puzzle and it made a noise, which makes me think it did something in that room that we can't get to just yet. Oh. Yeah, we've just deactivated over there because it's gone through the negation field, but that's fine. That's shot up, which has activated that one and that one, because they were in line. Interesting. So these red buttons appear to be unlocking latches on this one. Is it just a case that we have to unlock all the red buttons and then let them unlock that middle button? And then if we do this again, will that now unlock that middle button? Yes, okay. So we can have buttons that are latched as well, so they can't just be unlocked by the traditional kind of distant button relationship straight away. What? Ah, well hello. Dear visitant, this zone is currently in active development. It's not available to the public at this time. Remember, this is a demo. So, giving us little hints of what's going on, which is cool. And obviously you can wishlist it. I already have from 2 different accounts. Shh. Okay, that's cool. Obviously if we press this, that would then allow us to continue puzzling in that room, which we can't do today. Because I don't, he says, seeing if I can try and sneakily press them. No. Okay, let's try and do the puzzle in this direction then. similarly, this will do this, and we now have this blue button, which again nicely has an icon on it, so I don't have to do my accessibility rant. What does that do? Oh! That... interesting. That's cool. Okay, so they all seem to do the same thing. But they're sort of linked on a sequence. If they move the button... Oh no. Oh, I thought they were linked on a sequence, but they do seem to be doing... Oh, I see, when I press any of them, it's telling me which button I have to press to do the door. Right, okay. So we get that one out, and then what happens if we press this again? Cool, it activates the one over here. Then I'll probably have to lower them down again. Oh, they're actually at different levels over here. If I do that one, it will just activate this lot, yeah. That one is the special button. Okay. That one is the special button. Okay, that one's the special button. Well, I mean, that's just rude. But that's fine, because we can go over here, press one of these. That will raise it up. So we can do that again. And our special button here is that one. So open the next room for us. Oh, this is cool. Those are all at strange angles. Okay. Okay, so now what happens if I press this? Nothing, because they're raised up. So we go back here, press one of these. That will lower all these blue ones down. Oh, that angles them. What does angling them do? Oh, it's got to be at the same level and at the same angle for the blue ones to link. Yeah, the logic behind these blue ones is a bit more fuzzy to me at the moment. Like, the green buttons are very obvious because they're like, anything within this line will be activated, and then we've got negation fields. That makes sense. And red buttons, you know, do stuff. The blue buttons... I guess they're linked in the wall, but I'm not sure whether they will just activate everything on that one plane, or if there's a rage limit or what. They're a bit more fuzzy, as I say, but that's not necessarily a problem. Oh, so that angles us in two different ways. So we can angle like that. And like that. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. This one we want pointed down, but not inwards, which will link us to that one. Cool. Oh, there we go, and then we can get into this middle one, because we can angle that the same. Oh, okay, right, yeah. And then we can lift that one up, angle that one in. We're playing the Find the Special button game again, which feels ruder than it needs to be. Now I say it like that, but here we go. Oh, I think I just got lucky on the special button that time. Okay, we're back to another area in development down here. This zone is currently in active development. It's not available to the public. Cool. So, it definitely feels like we can get in there. We solve this bit. And There is definitely something going on here. We have not yet solved. In particular, I haven't managed to hit this button yet. We've hit this button using some sneaky techniques from over here. Also, there's a whole thing in here that we've not figured out. We found one of the super secret areas, and there's definitely another super secret area around. So, let's go hunting, because I am aggrieved by two things that we've not solved yet. First off, I want to press this bloody button. I'm not sure if it's possible in the demo. Second off, is this button that follows our movement over there. Also, what is this? Oh, you sneaky. Oh. Okay. Well, yes, literally it's a butterfly on the finger. Oh, there is... That looks like a giant Newton's cradle, now I look at it. You know, clacking desk ball toy thing. Why can I press this button? And we know that's now a negation field. So that...
Relax your gaze.
Nope. Shush.
See the bigger picture. Your ability to do so.
Nope, that's the wrong button.
The real reward.
We want to close this door so we can get around the other side. So that's now going through the start area, through that little strange corridor with the butterfly, all the way down there. Does it matter if we stand on this button? Does that help? Oh, there is mysteries. There is mysteries. That just let me click something. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. All of the circles on here are clickable for some reason. Huh. Huh. Now, what is that doing then? I take it you found that as well, Fatua. Oh, that's making a noise when I try and click it as well. Okay. Oh, hello. I saw those as we came in and thought those were suspicious. So we found one of these secret moth release valves. There's some stuff I found, you found, but I haven't yet, but you've also got a bunch of stuff I didn't solve. Well, I have time and a burning desire to find more secrets. Yes, you didn't really get into this whole Yeah, where was that I got that you didn't? Was it you hadn't done some of this stuff? This one is annoying me. Is there anything I can line it up with, obviously? Okay, so we can, I think, turn this button back on relatively easily. So we can reactivate this stuff that we kind of had issues with because of shooting lasers all over the place from down here. Oh, it's that button. It's that button, that button, that button, that button. Yes. Okay, great. So we line up with that one. There we go.
As fleeting years unfold, hold countless views untold.
These are buttons.
Stand calm, be still. To shape your will.
Oh, it's making weird noises at me, but I don't know if it means anything.
Stand calm, be still. To shape your will.
Hold countless views untold. As fleeting years unfold.
It's that like boom.
As fleeting years unfold.
That feels like it's doing something. Your cats do that too. What, make strange, suspicious noises? Well, yeah, cats are wont to do that, to be fair. I'm feeling like...
Stand calm, be still.
Okay, so, spoilers for an old game. There is a quite famous puzzle in one of the Myst offshoots called Uru, where you spend a lot of time in one of the DLCs called Path of the Shell, which I think has some of the best puzzles in any game I've ever played. And there's one age in particular, which is like a world or a level in the Myst things, that just has one of the best puzzles. Like, it's all about transporting yourself and spatial stuff, and it just reveals itself really beautifully. And the solution to one of the whole things in Path of the Shell is it takes you ages to figure it out using all these sort of like faux Bible scripts. And the solution is you literally just have to stand in one place without moving for a certain amount of time. And it's so counterintuitive, but quite clever. And this...
Stand calm, be still.
This is giving me real Uru flashbacks. Okay. I'm going to press on, again, using that pun, because I can't see anything obvious to activate this button. Or can I? Or can I? We have this thing over here that goes up and down. Does this ever get the right height? Oh, that's interesting, Lurker. I think it's a really clever... I think it can be really clever. One of the things I found in Solas, which really surprised me, is after you had a sequence of kind of relatively tricky puzzles, one of the hardest things that tripped people up the most was when you had a puzzle with a relatively simple solution, because people just did not believe it. They refused like to accept that it was a simple solution, so it can really throw them if you're not careful. Ceiling on the light. Do you mean this one at the very beginning? Might have done. It's not clickable yet, though. giving me a sort of like, no, you can't do that noise. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can get through to the final room. It might be this crack lines up all the way down through this entire level, and it might be that there is some suspicious nonsense going on. Now, the question is, how on earth do we rotate this to have that wall down? No matter what I want to do, and it's like, oh, you git. I was about to say, whenever I rotate this, it always has the wall up. However, if I get that out of the way, I can use something else to shoot through there. Like that. Oh, this game is very sneaky, very early. Okay, so there's more of these boxes that follow our rotation. There's a blue box. There's a blue button, which also follows our rotation. Our button moth friend is here. Bye, I love you. And there's a door we can open over here, which leads us to a not yet area. That's fine. This is a not yet area over here as well. So, that looks like it's potentially the end of the demo. So let's try and figure out what's going on in this room. What is going on with you? Oh, we can use this as a... Oh, can we use this as a little cannon? If it goes out in all directions... Yeah. It's going out in all directions, going through that negation field, then into this negation field, and that's fine. What do you do? Okay, you just appear. But you light up. Ah, you light up. Do we have... We must have one that's... Oh, look. Ah, here's our second secret demo puzzle. Yeah, okay, so that's the one that's locked. Okay. So, I guess let's just try shooting. That's got a wall in the way that's blocking us. That one doesn't. So we'll activate... Oh. Interesting. Does our click get negated? Oh, it does. Oh my goodness. So it's going through this negation field and then through that negation field. So it's going off then on again. Oh my god. So we've lifted it at least. Not quite sure we activated it. So can I now... No, okay. And this has a crack, so I guess this one we have to line up in reverse. So it goes through all the different cracks. That one's hiding, so we can't hit it. So that one we need to also do like this. Okay. Oh, these ones that rotate with you. They're so mean. So mean. Okay. So what's going on with this one? We've lifted it. Is it on? Has its light lit up? Oh, its light's lit up. That's fine then. Did we manage to light this one up? Kind of. So now we have to figure out how to click this one. Can we click it through these two? I'm not sure if that's the expected solution, but it did work. Okay, so we've just got this one final button. Now, if we try and use the same trick from going in here, can we just about click it? Okay. Okay, so now if we do this, that button's on. So if we click that, it takes us to the final room. But I think that will end the demo. And there is clearly something suspicious going on here. Especially because it's our little demo puzzle trick thing. Button's upside down. This button over here is also upside down and might now be in line with it. That might actually work. Question is, does this... No, that's not a negation field, that's a wall. Is there a negating field? There is a negating field we can turn on, isn't there? So if I turn that on, can we then shoot all the way down this button to activate the button right back at the start? I just saw it activate. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Right, okay. So we know the trick to get back out of this. We can go around here. Do that. Right, what do you do? Oh. Oh. That rotates. And it's holding a button. Oh, okay. Also, it reveals an orange button, and we've not seen what an orange button does. Ah, I'm taking from the chat I found something new that you didn't discover. There's still something so weird going on here. So can I just press that to activate that now? Okay. Orange button or yellow button with a circle. Well, I don't know what that did. What is going on with that statue? That is a really good question, Lurker. There's definitely a red button on there, and it's in a little negation field box. But that is a really good question, is does it raise anything at the other end? Also, we've still not done this bit. We should do that bit at some point. My goodness, there's a lot of secrets in this. Really good fort, but apparently not yet. Patrick, you're saying there's something you can still kind of point me to. Is it the fact I've not done this bit yet? Because this feels like I'm missing something over here. What is that orange button doing, though? It seems to be activating basically everything. It's flashing all those buttons all the way down the line. Yeah, feel free to point me in a direction if I've missed something. There's a button down there as well, bloody hell. Like, you must be able to get down to this bottom area at some point. Not sure if in the demo or not. Also, we haven't figured out quite what's going on with those bugs. And the fact I can click all around them. Something more near that finger. Interesting.
This secret is yours now. She's never found any of these.
That... Ah! I was about to say, did that go up? No, it's opened a ramp downwards. Huh. There's definitely something we're supposed to be doing down here with all of our things. How do I... Can I? How do I... Huh. Oh, so these are mirroring each other. Black, white, up, down. Can I get out if I just walk into here? How do I get... How do I... How do I get back out? Well, I feel like this was perhaps short-sighted of me. Oh god, you're right. Yeah, maybe a bit better lighting down here would help. Is this then a portal back? Ah! Right. Right, so with everything else going on, we do have some anti-chamber portal nonsense as well. Right. Well, oh. Well, no, it's not a skylight. That's the thing, isn't it? That's a skylight. That's just a light. Which means these lights might also be portals going forwards. Okay, so that I strongly suspect then there is some linkage between what we have to do here and what we have to do downstairs. There's also clearly some nonsense going on with this. There's also clearly some nonsense going on with the bugs and stuff. So we are not finished. What's going on with this? Fatua, I guess stepping on this ends the demo, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. So, how do we lift it? I wonder, is it linked to the blue buttons? What is in there? Well, that really does seem to activate pretty... Oh! It really does seem to activate pretty much everything down here. So what if... we turn that back round... shoot back this way. Oh, I want to activate this. Although maybe this doesn't activate until we find the second demo thingy bob. Oh, I'm being an absolute clot. That was really obvious. Okay. So we can't activate that because it's got a negation field. Can we just look down? Yep. Okay. It's got a negation field on it as well. Can we use... Oh. Can just about get the angle through there. Okay, so that means we can probably get the angle through this way as well. Oh. Oh. That's showing us the underbelly. Look. So if this is the starting room that we can get into, there's a whole under section we can potentially get to. Has that affected anything in the real museum? Okay, let's go back down there. There's clearly something of importance going on down here. Oh, there's a route out to this side as well. Where does this one take us? Okay, same output. That line is really deeply suspicious. Under the... Well, I suspect in this game it's probably a button. Yeah, there's nothing obvious. It definitely mirrors that one above. And they both make a different noise when I click them than the standard you can't click this noise. And I can just about click the red button from down here. Which feels very purposeful. Where's this? That feels important as well. Oh, hang on. I wonder. Oh, hey Tim. So Fry Candle is the developer of this. He's just joined the chat. You can see we're quite deep in. We found quite a lot of nonsense, and we're discovering more nonsense as we're going along. I am very much enjoying this. Current things that we're trying to solve is we found our way under the museum exhibition. We've lifted this up eventually, with me being really silly about that. We have activated both of these. We've pressed these buttons.
Stand calm. Be still.
The button being held by the statue is locked. We've done this, and this did something, but I'm still not sure what this did. And we need to do something here. This part... feels like it's linked to the under museum somehow. Oh yes, and we also got through here and we discovered you can press all over the insects in a way that makes me deeply suspicious. Not the insects, the flowers. And there's this thing. There's this thing where there's a button over there that we can't click because there's a negation field. But we must be able to do something with it. Again, that might require us being in the Under Museum. But yes, the button being held is locked and it seems to be in a little negation field box. Can we see it very well from down here? They're looking into it. That's why this makes me really suspicious, because it looks like we have to look down into it somehow. Unless... So the orange button... Get that back up. That seems to activate things, right? If it's like this... Feels like if we get the statue in the right line, that will activate it, because it will go through... Oh, maybe that's what makes the orange... Maybe that's why the orange button's different to the blue button. The blue button had to be on the same plane. I don't think that the orange button does, because look. Is it activating the negation field down there? It's hard to tell, actually. It's hard to tell. Tried hard to perceive the statue but failed. Yeah, there is something there. Some doors through that side as well. No idea how we get through there. Oh yes. Oh, you see, this is the thing. So this, when we line up with it, we could click it.
At eye level, we converge. We connect.
So is there something with the statue?
We continue. Thank you for perceiving me.
Oh, I'm no longer perceiving you, I'm sorry. Oh, I see what you mean about trying to perceive the statue with you, yes. It's obviously something. It's got the little speaker grill. Boy, it's so dark down here. In the room of the modern museum, there's a door behind a field. Can you double negate a click there? Where is there a... Oh! Well, that's interesting. Not obviously. The real question is, right, we've... Alright, oh look, so... It's even recorded that we've got that little secret there. There must be a reason for lifting this up, right? So we've got that crack that's coming all the way down the middle of the world. We can go left and then up there. That teleports us back out. It seems like it's trying to tell us from that button room there is a straight line all the way down towards this second hint thing at the back. So like right the way down here. Because there is something we need to lift. Right, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to lift this up, I think. So if we can somehow... I think it's trying to say if we somehow activate this statue and fire it all the way down. The difficulty is, we've got this kind of like... You click the orange button through the inversion field. Maybe. I don't know if I can do it from up here. I can definitely do it. Oh, I'm not sure if I can do it from down there. We'll go have a look. The other thing is, what happens if I do this now? Yes, we can still activate that. Oh, hang on. See, now... Yeah, so this angle's good. This angle is double negating. That angle's double negating. Amazing. So now I should be able to click this.
At first glance, you couldn't possibly. Yet, how do we know what we are truly capable of? How do we navigate existence within the perceived limits of three-dimensional space? Not to mention the supposed limits of the self? Look closely. Perhaps you can.
Okay, has that button done anything apart from tell us about the nature of reality? Not yet, but that is definitely progress. It's definitely progress. Let's go down there again. Ah, yeah, so I can't press the orange button from down here because there's only one field. Although, can I be really... Oh, I can be really cheeky. Oh no, because it's a box. So it goes through two walls. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's sneaky. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Line on head. Rotate them so they're facing down the way. But now they're looking all the way down through that slit.
At first glance, you couldn't possibly. Yet, how do we know what we are truly capable of? How do we navigate existence within the perceived limits?
I'm feeling like we're close. No, absolutely. There's definitely a hint going on here. Can I get into your... This is where the developer, whenever they watch anyone else play the game, is just screaming something along the lines of, "It's right there, oh my god, why can't you see it? It's right there." Well, yes. Sometimes cackling, sometimes screaming. It does depend, I suspect, on the type of developer. There is something we are missing. Definitely something about this. Because you wouldn't open this. This wouldn't be a thing you opened. Oh, hello. Unless there was something important that this is telling. Why is the 8 making that noise? Oh no, it's fine. I know very well that you want to lurk and watch, and it's all valid. Doesn't mean you can't chuckle to yourself. Can we get and do something with these, though?
At eye level, we converge. We connect.
It's definitely hinting.
Continue. Thank you for perceiving me.
It's definitely hinting. There it is. Hello.
Interactivity is key. Interactivity is key.
Okay. I mean, okay. What has that done? If anything, what has that done? Well, I mean, interactivity is key. Feels like a hint, right? Like, interactivity is the key to unlocking something. But what that means at a larger scale, at sort of an actionable level, that's trickier. It's a lot trickier. Is it trying to hint that these are all...
At first glance, you couldn't possibly. Yet, how do we know what we are truly capable of? How do we navigate existence within the perceived limits of three-dimensional space? Not to mention the supposed limits of the self? Look closely. Perhaps you can.
So it's all hinting that I've got to see something, interact with something. There's a hand in that direction and there's a button there. I just don't see how to do anything with that. That's telling us, I guess, if we go that way, then we can find a moth. Button moth, which we did do. Those are all locked, so we'd have to... Oh, hello, orange button. Yeah, suspicious orange button.
This secret is yours now. She's never found any of these. This secret is yours now. She's never found any of these.
That's also deeply sinister, that comment. So all these other rooms down here that we can't seemingly get to because we just get teleported out.
Interactivity is key.
That's not even looking straight down there. Because they're looking off site to the side anyway. So how... And that's a red button. It's not a green button, so it wouldn't fire sort of like an activation down there anyway. Is there some witness nonsense going on with the sun? Spoilers. Hang on, what is that? Why is that? What and why is that? Also, while we're at it, I don't understand why there's a little negation field here. We haven't actually used it. can't really get low enough to use it in an interesting way either. Right, come on. Let's get back into this suspicious room over here. See if there's anything to do in here. We can see all the way through again. There's something deeply suspicious going on with this. Very deeply suspicious going on with that. I can't see what it's changing.
This secret is yours now. She's never found any of these.
There's no obvious way for us to get the sort of button power kind of influence effect down there that I can think of. Maybe let's look at other pictures and posters and see if there's anything obvious we're missing on any of them. I don't understand what this has done. Like, that makes a very suspicious noise. What has it actually done? What has it actually done? That lit up. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so we line that back up to line up with those. 1 of 8. And I think it inverted 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 4. Right. I mean, yay. I feel very good that I've managed to figure that out, but also I'm not sure what I figured out. Hang on a second. Was this a negation field? Ooh. I'm not sure if that means anything, but it's pretty. You've seen people share this number. Okay.
To shape your will, Stand calm. Be still.
So typing it in doesn't do anything. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 0, 4. No. One of 8. Well, the 8 there, which is being deeply suspicious. Doesn't seem to have impacted anything that you want to do here. This one and this part of the picture. I'm not sure what you mean, Fatra. Would you care to explain? Would you care to explain yourself? Puzzle count. As in how many I've solved, or how many have been solved overall? How many in the game? Oh, they're just... Feels like there's something that we're missing. What are we missing? One or 8 of the big moth buttons. Yes, that's very likely. That's very likely. Well, let's try pressing... What happens if I just press some buttons? I'm wondering if, like, maybe... Is it the number of on buttons on or something? So maybe if I try and change the number of buttons that are on. Yeah, that's the number of buttons that are on at the moment. So am I supposed to turn all the buttons on? Can I even turn all the buttons on? That's all those buttons on. So all of these on. I guess these ones are doing some real heavy lifting for the total number of buttons on. These are all on. They're all on in here. That one's not up, so we can't turn that one on. These are all on. You're all on. I need to redo this section. Yeah, so 208. You're all on. You're all on. You're all on. You're all on. Does pressing these do anything? No. Okay. So I guess the ones that we definitely don't have on at the moment is this this series of nonsense, and there's a few here that we obviously haven't quite worked out how to turn on yet. Can we have them all on at the same time? Is a tricky question. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure if we can actually. That one's a problem. Turn that one back on. And if we click that one to turn that one on, we turn that one off as well. Oh no, there's another gap. There's another gap underneath. Totally missed earlier. Okay, 210. Okay. Now, let's see if we can turn all this. Don't tell me I turned you off. Oh, well, I'll come back to fix that one in a second. Okay, that's them all on. That's on. Okay, so we're up to 215. I think that's all the buttons I can get access to that are turned on. We did manage to turn on some buttons in other rooms that we can't get access to yet as well. So maybe that's not the key to what we're doing here. Although, that's going to be a particularly mean final puzzle if you have to figure that all out at the end. Tim, can I ask you a question if you're still around? And I think I know the answer to it, but the question is it possible to unlock this second demo button moth? I'm assuming very strongly because of this, it is. Okay. Are we missing something relatively obvious? Or is it particularly sneaky? Yes, it's possible, and yes, it's obvious too. Sensational. Good, good. Yeah, well, yeah, Lurker in the Wires. We know it's around here, because we know that icon. Think about how I got the first one. Right, okay, good hint. Got the first one by Oh, wrong button. Got the first one by closing that door. So let us get into here, and then we stood on here. So... that was giving us a hint on the floor. We needed to go this way. And we had this little sort of diorama of the area we were dealing with. So we obviously have a much more complicated diorama here of what we're dealing with. Even showing us the lights. We can lower that again. That bit in there. Don't really know where that's related to. Am I just being silly that I'm just supposed to stand on this endpoint? I've just been assuming that was the end of the demo. I am being silly. Good, good.
The bond, the tie, the link. Collections of individual connections previously unseen. The slot, the eye, the wink. Passages through which the light falls in between. The you, the I, the blink. Alone, we've never been.
It's only slightly your fault. But if we now go back to continue... Is that what we're supposed to have done? Yes. Okay, so we're supposed to have ended it, which activates that. Right. Yeah, no, that's entirely fair. It's part of the danger, I think, is when you have one of those sorts of puzzles where it's like you come back afterwards, especially people who are very puzzly are like, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to end it until I finished it. Yeah, so that's turned it on there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that does update with the moths. That's cool. I still feel like there is mysteries here to solve, but I suspect most of the other mysteries, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, I suspect most of the other mysteries are
This secret is
when the game
yours
is
now.
finished.
She's never found any of these.
Because this was cool, but I don't think
Interactivity is key.
modified anything else. Still not entirely sure we figured out why and what the orange button does. Sorry, so nine times out of the demo, I'd say there's a lot of teasing alluding to what's coming in the full game. Entirely fair for a demo. Actually, what's that? What happens if you press the hyphen key? I mean, I'll go test it. That feels mean. Is there anything to do with this yellow button for now, then? I guess we've already used that to unlock that button down there, haven't we? Yes. So that was required. So actually, are you saying if I go down here and I crouch, is it because they say interactivity is hyphen key? It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything I can see. I mean, entirely fair. I was typing in random numbers earlier. So it is definitely that sort of game that gets you in the mind space of it's a trick, it's all a trick, anything could be anything. The only thing I feel like I haven't quite grokked is those flower buttons. They're definitely making noises.
Stand calm. Be still. To shape your
in case you hadn't got the button in the box. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, this stream has gone on much longer than I was intending. I think we will probably wrap up there. But we have, I guess, basically, I'm going to say 100% and ignore the developer in the chat saying 99 because it makes me sad. We have basically gone through the whole of 2 demos today. We went through Trifoil, which was really, really cool and really interesting, with some very hard puzzles at the end of the demo. Obviously, to be expected because you haven't been tutorialized all the way up to some of the more complicated things. So really, really dug that. Really enjoying this as well. So this is something I've realized recently is I am a lot less interested in puzzle games that are just series of puzzles, like disconnected puzzles. They can be really, really fun, and I've got nothing against them, but I've realized that these 2 games today are a lot more what get my juices really flowing. I love the kind of games where you have intersection and interaction between things, whether it's spatial, whether it's kind of temporal, whatever it is. That's where I really love kind of my games to live, especially my puzzle games. Partly because I grew up on things like Myst and kind of point-and-click adventure games, which are all about interaction across the world and changing state. They're the sorts of things that I really, really enjoy. And both the games today, in slightly different ways, have really tickled the part of me that I really love. Now, obviously, the button effect here, my goodness, this is going above and beyond a lot of what those games do with the, and I mean this as a compliment, absolute nonsense interaction between things. Really interesting, really cool. I really enjoy the core mechanic of things influencing things from a distance and having to line them up and stuff. There's some very obvious sort of Witness-esque perceptual stuff with like,
shape your will.
If you know The Witness, you know what I'm talking about when I say that, you know, you suddenly realise that things in the environment can be interacted with. I'm not going to spoil the big thing in The Witness. There is some anti-chambery-ness going on in here as well, which is cool, because I really liked Anti-Chamber. Well, I liked the first half of Anti-Chamber, at least. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to both of these coming out. Obviously, go wishlist them both. And as I said at the beginning, if you have any interest in sort of escape rooms and slightly strange interactive spaces, I would also humbly suggest you might want to wishlist CRT7 as well, which I'm still working on. It's sort of going the opposite direction to this, in that I'm trying to see how much I can fit into a single small space. It is, yeah. It's certainly weird, it's certainly interesting. I think if you liked the button effect, you might like CRT7. I keep adding sort of what could potentially be small puzzle games into it as subsections because I can't help myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that all being finished. I have some really interesting and fun plans for that all linking up soon, hopefully. Anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you very much for the chat today as well. You have been invaluable with some hints and tips for getting us pointed in the right direction, which is always fun, and I appreciate, obviously, not jumping in with solutions. That's always appreciated. And thank you to both the developers for hopping on at different points. Yeah, best of luck with the continued development of this. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this, because this is all sorts of my, like all kinds my sorts of thing, to be fair. Some really delightful sneaky tricks going on, particularly to get to some of these side routes. Really enjoyed that. Anyway, thanks all. Hopefully, all being well, I'll try and stream a couple more of the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase demos next week as well, because it's been fun to get back into this. Until then, thanks for joining, and have a good rest of your Sunday. And yeah, go wishlist and go play some puzzle demos. The Cerebral Puzzle Showcase is on for another few days, and it is well worth a look. There's so much cool stuff in there. Okay, thanks all.